welcome to Fifth Dimension. So I already got started with today's reading. I decided to do channeled messages because I haven't done that in a while. So I decided to pull a card and then go from there. So we ended up getting for collective energy, the energy of the spiral, which would align perfectly with the readings that have been coming up recently. The energy of moving forward, leaving behind, moving in a different direction, a different chapter, just steps, taking steps forward, taking steps away from, like there all the perspectives, right? But also spiral as far as energy. Energy that's spiraling within, specifically in the mind, with emotions as well. There was that tornado vibe that came up the other day also in one of the readings, and so this would connect with that energy as well. So there's like an internal energetic spiral of rising up, so to say, of steps that you're being guided to take forward. But at the same time, there's an internal spiral that's sort of chaotic at this time. So messages that I got, obviously the first thing that came out with the mental spiral was fear. And then I got fear of heights unattainable. And so that can bring in a lot of aspects, right? That could bring in doubt, that could bring in lack of worth, all of those things. And so what I got was strongly that what the collective is being guided to here is that there is a natural order to things, and that one must come before the other. So I don't know necessarily what that means, but in other words, there was this vibe that I was getting that us as the collective are wanting to jump past some steps, whether it's consciously being aware that there are steps and trying to skip them, or unconsciously being unaware that there are certain steps before what it is that you're trying to attain. Okay, so a sort of like, what's the word? It feels like anticipation. It feels like anxiety. It feels like a bunch of things mixed together, but mainly just like that fear of, like I said, of heights unattainable. And then I got the whole vibe of going up an attic and not being able to see. If it's such a steep staircase, then you would have to be further up before you even begin to see what's on the floor that you are trying to get into. And so I feel there's some aspect of this, because I feel like there's something you're looking out for, and each step that you take, you're looking to see if you have a view, if you will. But there's this, like, it's only until you reach a certain point that you'll actually have view of what's within the attic. Okay, so something like that. What else? And then I sensed a frustration of not being able to see what's up there yet. And then I got the question, like you were asking the universe, if you will, like, why is it so far away from me? Why was it placed up so high? In other words, like, there's something that you're having to go up there for. Now let's imagine that not only is it an attic, but it's like a tower that you have to go up before you can collect whatever it is that you're trying to get up there to see, which you don't even know if it's even there. You just have an idea that it's there. So therefore you're going to go. And there's a part of you that feels frustrated, like, I've been moving. I still don't see the top yet. I'm not having any access to if it's even there. But here I am, still climbing that tower. So wondering, like, why is it gotta be up here? Why is it something like, why was it put up here so high? And here's what I sort of got. I sort of got like a hidden message of it needing to be placed so high in order for you to even take those steps. It's like you would have never even trekked in there and kept on going if it wasn't something that you wanted so badly. You know what I mean? And so there's something that you're being pulled to. And I think it just really feels like your highest potential. Like it, and then I heard glass ceiling just now. So breaking through a, yeah. That would make perfect sense because it's like coming under, let's say, and this is the attic floor. And then breaking through and being able to finally, it could just be fear. Now that I'm thinking about it, because then I got like maybe the steps were like a basement thing. And so actually what you're climbing up to is the release of being underground. That's interesting. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull some tarot and see what's up with all of that. Okay, so please further elaborate on this energy. We have the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Seven of Swords. And then we have the Knight of Wands. Clarify Seven of Swords. Three of Pentacles. Again, I'm getting the vibe of like something calling you. Something that awoke in you, that called. I'm getting like siren energy. Like hearing the voice calling and then deciding to come out of. It could be illusion because it doesn't really feel like sleep, but it might be sleep, like at a place of just sleeping on something that there was no movement on, there was no movement from in some aspects. So the call to take steps is strongly what's coming out. What else? The Page of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, the Eight of Swords again. Yeah, all the collective energy has been like a repeated confirmation within these past few readings about an energy of stuckness that you're being guided away from. You're being made aware of an aspect of, and it feels like just one aspect. Again, I'm getting this is just in response to one specific thing. Am I correct in feeling that? What is the collective energy? Yeah, the Ace of Wands. Because I feel like on another aspect of your life, there's been a clearing away. And I feel like on another aspect of your life, there's like this embracing of that which is new, that which is next, that which is now. You know what I mean? Like present moment goals, present moment aspirations, present moment creations, and I heard collaborations, and then I heard something with an A. Just whatever it is that you're focusing on, whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is that you're planning for, I feel like that's in order. However, this aspect of your life was needing attention, had collected a bit of rancidness is what I'm getting. The Ten of Swords, I got like decaying, something was decaying. So that means like a long period of stasis, right? What is the guidance? The Sire of Cups. What else? The Three of Wands. What else? Oh my god, I forgot the word. Not the worst. I forgot the best freaking part. The Hermit. Reflection on holding on. Look, This is the little orb from yesterday is coming to mind. The creation of a new one. The creation of a new one. There's a strong period of detaching that you are experiencing that involves an aspect of needing your attention, needing your nourishment, needing your cup to be filled. But at the same time, there's that clearing away in order for movement to begin again, like a flow again. It's giving me like there was a standstill on the waters. Let's say they had them blocked, and now all of a sudden they've been cleared and they're being monitored. What's it called? Protected, like, you know, looked upon to make sure that things are flowing. Like you're being, what's the word? A guardian. Like a guardian. You have guardians around you. If you believe in that stuff, it just sort of feels like an energy that's sort of monitoring and assisting in getting the gates open, getting the movement going. I forgot the part of the channeled messages. I don't know why I did not mention that. Oh my god. Okay, when I was saying that there was a part of like a sense of frustration of not being able to get through and see what's up there, but at the same time there was a sense of frustration with not seeing the bigger picture in total, right? Not seeing how the story ends is sort of what it was giving me. And then I heard every little thing is gonna be all right, and then I heard so smile, and I was like, what? Like that's Bob Marley. So then I was just like, okay. I went and I listened to the song because I haven't listened to it in a good while. And then I started to cry. Because it literally felt like a specific, like that guardian energy. You know what I mean? Like that I and the collective so much needs at this time through this energy. You know what I mean? So if you have a chance, I will link the song, of course. Maybe take a listen if you're feeling down, if you're feeling a bit of difficulty in some aspects, letting go, detaching, however that resonates for you. There's some aspect of moving from and leaving behind that is difficult in the collective. There's something difficult in some aspects to accept. Like there's questions running in the head, like wanting answers, but the answers, like it's some of that play. Okay, I'll just give you an example. Like things in my mind that run through where I'm just like, what if this, or was it this that made the situation turn out this specifically? Or like replaying conversations in my head and wondering if I would have elaborated more or worded things differently or been less one-sided, or, you know, like replaying all of that is energy that is going to slow you down. Because I could ask those questions. I could go back to the people that I'm thinking of and ask them questions for clarity. But what does that really do for me? Does it change the outcome of the situation? It does not. It just puts me back into a place of trying to analyze and have some sort of control over understanding every little detail, to make me accept, to make it make sense, to make that piece just feel like, oh, now I have what I need and now I can let go. But is that healthy for me? You know, to feel I need specific details for me to be able to accept what has been made very clear to me. And so no, the truth is like, no, it's slowing me down. Me trying to analyze and understand every little this, and that versus seeing the bigger picture. If I look at it from a place of detachment from somebody else's perspective, which is very difficult to do because my emotions are very much involved. But if I did, I would be very easy to say that the actions I took were what I felt were best at that time. And the response that it had, or the ripple that it had, was necessary, that it needed to happen. And there will be a bigger picture view. There will be someday, right? Someday there will. And so I have to let go of wanting to fill in all those gaps and just trust that those gaps will be filled into me in the bigger picture, and I will have a very clear view from a nice detached place of all the emotions that I'm currently feeling. And I have to accept that, because that's the only way I can continue taking steps, right? And so that is a choice, and I feel like that's a strong guidance. And I understand that it's very difficult because I myself am in that situation. So if you are resonating with the messages and you're having difficulty, it's just baby steps. Just get through what you can at this time, okay? And don't put too much pressure on hurrying up and getting through it, because it's just one little step someday, and all of a sudden your head is going to be above the view and you're going to be able to see it all. And it doesn't feel like it's even far, to be honest, because I keep on getting like subtle hints, and it's been coming out in all the readings, and everyone there's like this hint of like a shine and of coming through within the darkness, right? There's that little hint, and it feels like the sunrise is like right fucking there. I'm seeing the glow of it. All right, messages for the collective about what's next. What is next for the collective? We have the Seven of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Swords. That tornado again. Let me move these cards from the other ones. That way I can just have them. Okay, so we have the Moon and the Seven of Cups. Again, there's all that energy of the lack of clarity. There is movement on it though. With the Seven of Pentacles, a slow moving energy, but I do feel like he's like slithering up, right? Slithering up, slithering up, slithering up. And I feel like that's your energy. That is your energy. It is moving. It is moving. And that's all I can say. Like, it feels thick, like in the movies where you see like goo or lava or like, I don't know, just moving its way. It feels like that. But you're moving. And then, you know what I also just saw? In Spirited Away, where the river spirit, remember when he comes in and he's all gunky and full of slop, and and then he takes the bath, and then afterwards he just like is actually, you know, a slithery thing, and then he slithers away. So he's actually much different. I feel like that's you. It is a state of transformation. It is a state of leaving something behind that feels very, I don't know, I was gonna say gooey, but just energetically, okay? It feels like it's really all over you, and it's really sticky, and it's hard to come out of. The Knight of Swords clarified by the Queen of Wands. I feel like this is coming into. I feel like you are moving into a place of really coming into the strong acceptance of whatever information you do have available to you. The Queen of Wands takes accountability. The Queen of Wands energy is in strength here. taking accountability, but it just sort of feels like really just accepting. Really just accepting. I don't know what that is for you, okay? So then we have the Four of Swords with the being able to heal. And then the Knight of Pentacles clarifying that I really feel like there is momentum being gained on being able to just rest. And there has been a strong guidance for the collective to take the time necessary to tend specifically to the mind, specifically to those thoughts when they start to arise and spiral, to be sure to handle them. To handle them, to shine the light upon them and sort of just like shift the energy is sort of what I'm getting, specifically, like I said, with that little song. The song that came out and shifts perspective, shifts energy, just aligns you into a more hopeful place versus sucked into the tornado, okay? Any other messages for the collective about what comes next? We have the Ace of Swords. That's the third ace we've gotten so far, okay? Yeah, it just feels like as you're the tornadoes swirling, I feel like, okay, so I do feel like it is important for some aspects to continue in the direction now that I'm thinking about it, because I saw like somebody again within the tornado and then it like spinning around them, and then them grabbing, like sticking their hand, like them being in the eye, right? So in stillness, and then pulling something, sticking their hand. And it almost felt like when you stick your hand out the window and you're on the expressway or whatever, and you feel the pullback of the wind, like the person going from the stillness and putting their hand in there and feeling the pullback, but grabbing something and pulling it into the stillness and then looking at it. And I feel like there's some aspects of you doing that, like allowing yourself to embrace, or maybe in some aspects get sucked in to feel the tornado and then grab something from there. And each time you do that, I feel like it's helping you have more clarity and acceptance in a specific situation, okay? All right, so I do want to get some cards just to lighten the vibe. I decided to do just tarot because I did just want to get into like specifics, but now I'll lighten up the energy with some oracles. Why can't, okay, there we go. I found my animals, but there's another one. Sorry, I'm taking forever. Okay, let's get started with this one. We have treasure your loved ones. It is important to love others deeply. Yesterday, all the messages kept on coming out about love, love, love. Embracing love as you have it in whichever form it is available to you. And like I said, for everybody, that is different. Like whatever it is that you love, whatever it is that provides you with an energy of sanctuary. Right here, card number 43. Love endures. Love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation. Okay? So just holding on to faith is strongly what... Look, and then at hope in the bottom. Holding on to faith and hope. Stay positive. The worst is behind you. Look up to the light. I love that. Okay, let's get some unicorn cards for the collective messages. We have received. Be open to receiving goodness. Believe you are worthy of abundance. A gift is coming to you soon. Intention. Be clear and decisive. Focus on what you really want. Be bold with your requests to the universe, okay? So be sure that your energy is invested specifically in the mind, invested in what it is that you want versus focusing on a situation that turned out like you didn't want, okay? Because that's putting energy that way versus on what it is that you do want. Expansion. Spread your wings and soar. Share your message and shine your light. Show the world what you're made of. Yeah, this is about with the acceptance of something that you're really struggling with right now. I feel like with that acceptance, it's really accepting yourself in some aspect. Why did I get that? Because then I saw a person like looking into the mirror and then just being like, this is who I am. This is who I am. I do. Like, I love this person. I love them. Oh, an acceptance of who you are. In accepting the situation, you'll be accepting who it is that you are. I don't know what that means, but okay. Card 43, Owl Spirit, you'll see clear. I always want to say you'll see clearly now. You see clearly now. So a lot of this about clarity. A lot of this about acceptance in what it is that you're seeing. Card number 12, Canary Spirit, sing your own song. What else? And finally, we have Ant Spirit, time to collaborate. Card number 1. Yes, remember I had said something about collaborations. Whatever it is that you're working on, inspired to do, do it. Do the damn thing. Don't let anything stop you. Take your time to nourish self. Take your time to, again, the licking the wounds is coming up. Take the time to pull what you need to as needed. But again, try not to stay delved in too much to what can't be changed, okay? But yeah, that's what I got for you, loves. Just remember that everything happens for a reason, and you need to hold that faith, even in the, especially in times of difficulty, okay? Hold that faith that everything happens for a reason, and that will be made clear to you. At some point, you'll be able to have that information and see that bigger perspective. But that's what I got for you, loves. I will be back on Monday with pick a card of some sort. So hopefully it's something good. Be sure to shoot some energy at me if you want me to have messages for you there. Until we vibe again.